welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Azinne Williams. How are you all doing? Hope you guys are good. Hope you guys are fine. If you're new to this channel, kindly click on the subscription button. Click on the notification bell to let you know whenever I post any new video. Okay guys, I just finished watching the fourth episode of the Big Brother Naija Level Up reunion, and all I can say is hell, unnecessary banter, like unnecessary. I understand where these ladies are coming from, but honestly, it was unnecessary. The reunion started as usual with the South African trip. Again, I don't know why they keep putting that South African trip. The more they put that thing, the more they are shortening the time we are to watch the show. Then after the South African trip, we saw the clip of the fight between Adekunle and Sheggz, the very first, in fact, that's the only rivalry we have, male rivalry we have on this season. And Ebuka started asking them what exactly went on and all that. And Sheggz was like, see, the thing is, from the moment he came in, Adekunle already had this perception of him. Honestly, I admire Sheggz. And I also admire Adekunle. Adekunle later apologized, for that newsletter. But before we got there, Sheggz explained that, see, I know I did not have a successful career as a footballer, because there's no successful footballer that will have a successful career that will now come on a reality show. For what? No. So he was like basically talking to his level 1 mates as his people. But unknowing to him, Adekunle and of course the Nigerians at large thought he was bragging, especially about the whole police Ikoyi thing. They started calling him Big Sheggz, Ikoyi. It was not like a strategy for him. He also felt like Adekunle had that impression of him that he was trying to brag, and whenever it is, Adekunle would like subtly throw a jab at him about, see me, I was thrown out, and you in your father's house, you have 10 cars and all that. Then on Adekunle's end, he said he and Sheggz actually had the best friendships initially in the house, but then on, after they had like that bro code meeting about the girls they liked, that was when he noticed that Sheggz started acting some kind of way towards him. And Sheggz was like, no, it would be unfair for you to make this about Bella. And Bella was like, no, you are not going to make this about me, because that's the narrative you are trying to push out there. Yes. So, back to Adekunle. Adekunle talked about, how basically it was a misunderstanding according to him. Bella said that Adekunle was too calculative, that she didn't believe any of his stories, especially the one of him saying that his friends threw him out of the house unprovoked, that she doesn't believe that one bit. So at the end of the day, Sheggz was like, you can be an intelligent and smart person and use it for good, or you can be an intelligent and smart person and you think you are better than every other person else. Now, Adekunle on his own part admitted he's wrong, apologized to all the housemates level 1, level 2. He said he went back to read that newsletter and now he could understand how people felt like, the things he was putting out was like a jab towards them. Yes, guys. So that was that. For me, that was like the best part of this reunion today. Now, from then on, it became very chaotic when we started talking about the 3 Edo witches. But before then, we also had like the back and forth between Chichi and Chumsy, with Chichi saying that Chumsy body shamed her, and in the same light also went on to slut shame Chomzy, saying that Chomzy, at least she's not like Chomzy that is being passed around by all the comedians. Now, that was where Bbnaija actually got irritated, because now Chomzy was now telling Chichi, mention the comedians. Even Ebuka was like, okay, mention the comedians. She mentioned it. In fact, she actually said that as a comeback for Chomzy, telling her that you that had feelings, where is Deji? Abi, how is Deji? Or something like that. And everybody was asking, who are the comedians? Mention names, and she refused to mention names. And then Rachel was like, that goes back to what I was saying earlier, that you're a liar. They talked about how they wanted to organize, I think, a paint and sip, something like that. That is Rachel and Chomzy. They were reaching out to the girls. They said that Doyin was actually very helpful. The other girls were being positive, with their answers. But Chichi was acting like, like she doesn't care. Chichi says she said okay to them, and both Rachel and Chomzy said they were there, and Chichi never said that. Of course, making Chichi look like a liar. Now, Ebuka turned to Phyna about the whole, 3 witches thing. Before then, he already asked Rachel about it. Rachel explained that they were not really friends, that even in that trio, she would always tell Chichi, you know we're not friends. Basically, it was because they had a common enemy. And Chichi, on her own end, when she explained, she said that they were not actually friends, that it was because of that situation. That when she now went back and watched it again, she now realized that it was Rachel that pushed Bella's hand to pour the food. And Ebuka was like, was this outside of the house or in the house? She said when Big Brother showed it in the house, that she now was feeling guilty about it. That was why. Anyways, I'll hold my peace on that one. Then Ebuka turned to Phyna. Phyna started explaining her own side of the story. She said, yeah, it's that right situation. She really felt bad about it because she cooks, and if it was her food that was poured, she would definitely not take it easy with anybody that did that. And that was why she was really, really pissed. Like that Edo thing, became a thing because of that. They became close because of that, And of course, the whole roommate thing came up. When Phyna was talking, she said a lot of trash, honestly. She said about, Chichi being older than every other person. She talked about Chichi having a child. She talked about two children, one is late. Yes, that was when she made that statement. She said a whole lot of things about Chichi. Then there was a war of words between the both of them. So apparently, according to what I got from everything, it looks like this. In fact, one of the issues that happened that actually caused this whole back and forth is because when Phyna came out, according to what she said, she saw clips of Chichi asking them to put her up for possible eviction. She said there was even a particular clip where Doyin and Dotun were like, this is your Romeo, why are you always, putting her up for possible eviction? Even Doyin confirmed that. And on Chichi's end, she also talked about a clip, of Deji coming into level 2. And Phyna, was on top of him, telling him about, Chichi being a stripper, how Phyna, bought Guinness, bought with drink during their lockdown and was drunk, and Phyna was telling her to shut up. And then she also talked about Christy O, wanted to be friends with her, and came to tell Phyna about it in the house, and Phyna was like, that's how she does when she wants to get to know people. So basically, they are all saying that all this started because of some clip. But then again, Phyna also mentioned that when they got out of the house, when they were finalists, that both of them, or 5 of the ladies, were in the same room, and they were talking all day, crying. They are crying because of all the things or the backlashes that they've been getting from people. So at some point, she used to talk to Chichi, but at some point, Chichi stopped talking to her. She would say hello. Chichi would just do face like somebody wastes shit. So basically, that was it. At the end of the day, I honestly did not get what caused them not to talk to each other again. Like, both of them were just telling us what we already know, not what we want to know. At some point, Ebuka just gave up. In the back and forth between Chomzy and Chichi, Chomzy also said that Chichi liked to play the victim, like, oh, because I'm an orphan, you have to pity me, or because my parents are not there. And Chichi was like, she doesn't do that. Even Phyna also mentioned that that's what Chichi does. And basically, they were saying that Chichi was a liar. Yeah. Now, what do I think about all this? Like I said earlier, a lot of the things they said was not making sense. Honestly, it just went from a 0 to 100 real quick, and we do not even know when we started counting 81 or 82. Honestly. And secondly, Chichi is not a victim here. In as much as I see her trying to be a victim in this episode, saying, oh, well, I told you this when I was vulnerable. Oh, blah, blah, blah. I mean, like, babe, chill out. She said, she was body shamed. Phyna body shamed her. Yes. Phyna said a lot of rubbish. We'll still get to Phyna. But Chichi herself slut shamed Chomzy. Honestly, I was expecting her to say, oh, these are the people I'm talking about. These are the comedians. I think it was at that point, the credibility of some of the things she was saying was no longer given. So Chichi herself also have a way of talking down on people. In fact, what Phyna did to Chichi today is the way Chichi also talked down on Deji yesterday. I'm not saying that Deji was right. Fully support Chichi yesterday. But you see, today, I am on nobody's side, because all the ladies that were involved in this whole thing have one dent or the other. Phyna shouldn't have gone as far as she did. Like, that was totally uncut. That was totally wrong. Chichi too also has her fault. She lied about a lot of things while she was talking. For those of you that has been following the show, she lied about a lot of things. She was not forthcoming with the accusations she put out on Chomzy. I still did not find out what caused you people to stop talking. There's something they're not telling us, and honestly, I want to know. That's all I thought about the show. The very best part of the show was the first part with Sheggz and Adekunle, taking responsibilities and appreciating each other for the apology. That's what I think about it. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section. On that note, I'd like to say a very big thank you to you all for being part of my channel. If you have not yet subscribed, kindly click on the subscription button, click on the notification bell to let you know whenever I post any new video. Until I come your way again, I remain your darling girl, Azine Williams.